Revampers, welcome back to the final exercise and program overview video. Okay, this is program number 2, and today we're going through circuit number 3. Circuit number 3 is going to be pretty spicy. Think back to program 1, circuit number 1. Okay, this is very similar. We have 3 exercises that are designed to get you hot, sweaty, out of breath, really challenge you cardiovascular. Okay, it's going to really challenge those heart and lungs. It's going to be big calorie burners, but it's also going to challenge you physically. Okay, so we have the first 2 exercises is for the beginners, and then we have our third exercise, which is specifically just for the advanced. If you're a beginner, if you want to give us a go, then absolutely do so. Okay, our first one is star jumps. If you don't want to do this standing, I'll show you 3 variations. We can then do them on the chair if you don't want to do them standing. We then have shadow boxing. Okay, we can do standing or seated, and then we're going to go for chair bunny hops. Okay, so those are our 3 first exercises. It's going to work out 30 seconds work, 30 seconds rest, 30 seconds work, 30 seconds of rest. Okay, obviously if you are beginners and you're not doing the chair bunny hops, that means you get 90 seconds altogether, because once you've done one circuit, it will take 60 seconds, and then we'll repeat. We're going to go 4 circuits of this. Okay, once we've completed that, we're then going to go on to 2 more separate circuits. The next one is really focusing on our core, so you're going to be on the floor. We have a Turkish Get Up, okay, supersetted with a dead bug. These are new exercises. I'm going to talk you through them. You're going to need a weight for this, so a water bottle or a dumbbell, can of baked beans. You're going to need that for that. And then we're going to move on to the last 2 exercises, which is a bit of an arm pump. Okay, we've got bicep curl and tricep extension. Okay, so that's how today is. So again, it's a bit of a full body blast. The first 3 exercises are going to be the challenging one. That's the key exercises. That's the main focus of today's session. Okay, so get those ones done, full intensity. So I'm going to walk and talk you through them now. So like I said, we've got 3: star jump, shadow boxing, and chair bunny hops. Okay, some of these can be made slightly easier and adapted, which I'm going to talk you through now. So first one is a star jump. Now what I'll do is I'll start with the hardest version, and then I'll slowly work my way down to the slightly easier version. Okay, so you're going for 30 seconds. So you may start a full star jump, and then as you get more and more tired, more and more fatigued, that's when you start to decrease the amount of effort you put in just by adapting the exercise. Okay, so a full star jump is jumping those arms out. So jumping jacks is also another one. This has been called. Okay, so both legs out, touch those hands at the top. Okay, and ideally we want it to look like so. Okay, so that is the hardest version of a star jump or a jumping jack. If that is too much, you don't fancy the jump, we can do it with a step. Do it with a step. Get those legs apart. Getting those arms up. You can hear my breath already. I'm already out of breath. It's really got my heart rate up. Big calorie burner. So that is your next one. The next one is you can simply do it standing, or you can do it seated. Okay, so you may want to move the leg. I don't think I'll be able to do it with my right leg, or you can do it just sat down. Okay, so 30 seconds. You then have 30 seconds rest. Your next exercise is shadow boxing. So again, we can do these standing. You're going for 30 seconds of punching. To make this even harder, a couple of tins of baked beans, a couple of kilograms of dumbbell. Going for 30 seconds, okay? Really pick that pace up as fast as you can. To make it slightly easier, or if you feel a little bit unstable on your feet, we can do this sat down. Okay? Again, a couple of tins of baked beans if you want to. So that is your next one. That is shadow boxing. Then we have our chair bunny hops. So this will look like the hardest version is kicking those legs up high as you can, high as you can, all the way over. It's just like a squat thrust, but you go side to side. Now, if that gets too much after a couple of seconds, we can then do side steps. Okay, nice big steps. This one's really nice because you're stabilizing through that upper body. working through that chest, working through those arms, working through those shoulders, holding yourself nice and tight. Because your legs are out, you're also then working that core. So it's a full body blast, as well as getting that heart rate up. Okay, so body hops, if that gets too much, go to our side steps. And if you decide that any of those are too much, then you probably call yourself a beginner, and that means you just be resting at that point. Okay, once you've done that, you can take 60 seconds rest, and then we go back up to the top. Okay, for another run through, and we're doing that 4 times. It is designed to be challenging. It's designed to get you hot and sweaty, out of breath. I'm out of breath, just talking, just going through a couple of sets of them. Okay, you can see I'm sweating already. It's going to be a good one. Okay, this is going to be a quality session. The next one is Turkish Get Ups. So I'm going to get your chair out of the way. So this is a completely separate circuit now. So once you've done those 3 quite heavy and energetic exercises, take a little rest, have a little breather, get on some water. Now we're going into our Turkish Get Ups and dead bug. So, a Turkish Get Up, you may have seen previously on sort of exercise videos and stuff. A full Turkish Get Up would be something like this, where you hold a weight in your hand, you rock yourself over all the way up, and you stand up. Okay, we are not doing this today. We are doing half a Turkish Get Up. So the hand that you have in the air, you want that knee bent. What we're going to be doing is holding the weight in your hand, arm comes out to the side. Now you press through this leg, you sit yourself up as far as you can and rock forward. Okay, roll it back down, that's 1. Press through that leg, roll it back down. Press through that leg and back down. Okay, once we've done that side, we're going to swap sides. Remember, the hand that's in the air, that leg is bent. Nice big press and back down. So it's just half a Turkish Get Up. Okay, so fantastic for teaching you shoulder stability because you're holding that weight in the air. Fantastic for core control, and also because you're pressing for your leg, it becomes a full body workout. So once you've done that, okay, so Turkish Get Up for the beginners is anywhere between 5 and 10, and for the advanced it's between 10 and 20 either side. We then move it on to our dead bug. Okay, so this is just the arms. So if you want this slightly harder, you're going to go your legs in a tabletop position. Get away from the wall. You're going to get your legs into a tabletop position. That just means your legs are held at a right angle. Okay, so obviously with my right leg, I'm not going to be able to hold that one up. So all I've done is just tuck my foot into it. Okay, so I've just held it into a position. Hold the weight directly above your chest and bring it behind you and back down. Behind you and back down. Again, this is fantastic for shoulder control, but you're mainly going to feel it in that core. You're going to feel it working through those abs. Keep that back pressed into the floor. Now, if your legs are a little bit uncomfortable and you don't want them in the air, this is all equally just as effective. Keeping those legs on the floor and pressing through those feet on the floor. Okay, so just to go over that again, your first exercise, Turkish Get Up. Once you've done your repetitions, you swap sides. Okay, the other side, once you finish that, you then go straight into your dead bug. Okay, so you're going to feel this quite a lot in the old upper body because you're holding that weight, but it's also working that core. Okay, so with the dead bugs, it's 10 to 15 if you're beginners, and 15 to 20 if you're advanced. And I've suggested that a beginner would do this 2 circuits, 2 times round, and the advanced would do this 3 times through. Okay, we're then going to move on to an upper body isolation exercises. Okay, so there's a bit of accessories. Yeah, so you're going to need your chair for this one. So we're working on those arms, getting that arm pump. Again, you're going to need your resistance bands. Remember, the darker the colour, typically the heavier the resistance. These are quite small muscle groups we're working now, so you probably want to go lighter or somewhere in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to go red. Just move this back. I have 2 exercises. One is a bicep curl, and one is a tricep overhead extension. Okay, so you can go underneath the chair if you're sat on a chair. Hands by your sides. Just curl those arms up and back down, up, back down. Then you can go for a tricep extension, where you just hold the weight behind, the resistance band behind you, keep that elbow in, up and down, and then swap sides to the other side. Okay, so that's our little exercises. With the overhead extension, you're going to dangle it down your back, hold on to the weight at the back there, stretch that arm up. Okay, straighten the arm, feel it in the tricep. Okay, so that is a tricep overhead extension. If you know another way of working the triceps, okay, so you could do a tricep push down. You could also, if you wanted to, you could sit on the band and do two arms. Okay, just be careful with this one. You don't end up arching your back too much. You might be better off doing one arm at a time. So the reason that we are working our arms, okay, is especially if we use sticks, if we use crutches, if we end up back in a wheelchair, if we use a wheelchair at any point, even if you're a lower limb amputee like myself, you tend to use your upper body for a lot more things to kind of hold on to pull yourself up. If you're walking, even when you're walking, you tend to tense your upper body, especially if you're in a little bit of pain, or if you're carrying a backpack or carrying a shopping. So it's just really important that we keep our muscles active, keep our muscles conditioned and working effectively. Okay, so I'm aware that we've done quite a lot of exercises that really kind of target the chest, the shoulders, the back. We've done a little bit on the legs, done on the core, but we haven't really finished off with our accessories. So that's kind of why this is in there. 8 to 12 if you're beginners, and 15 to 20 if you're advanced. Again, 2 sets for beginners, 3 sets for the advanced. Okay, so there's a little bit of accessories there. So have a bit of fun with that one. Guys, that is circuit number 3. Excellent stuff. As always, I hope you've enjoyed it. Those first 3 exercises are going to be spicy. I imagine there's going to be a few messages on the WhatsApp about that one, so that's good. Okay, challenge yourself. Remember, challenge creates progress. Progress creates change. So, good stuff. I'll see you in the workouts.